Okay, we're on. Hello everyone, this is Charles1K92 here. And so today is actually the day that Modern Warfare 2 Remastered officially comes out. I know, big shocker, isn't it? So, in regards to this revelation, this was a drop. This is something which no one predicted that COD would do, yet they did. However, there is a bit of a disappointment, and we'll get to that now. So, like most of you, you have probably gone on the internet now and you have seen gameplay footage of Modern Warfare 2 Remastered. And you're all wondering the question, why is it only the campaign? Well, unfortunately, COD, the ones that are doing the Modern Warfare, at least reboot, have chosen to take an option which I think is, how can we put this, not really profitable in the grand scheme of things. In the long term, in the short term, yes. With what they've done with the shitty game mode that they have had out called Warzone, you know, it's going to generate them some money. And they're probably leaning on the idea that some people would want to play classic COD, thereby, you know, giving them a way into the game. So it's a very good strategy on getting people hooked to a game. But you see that there's a problem. There's a difference in gameplay between, let's just say, Warzone than to standard Call of Duty. For example, in the standard Call of Duty, the concept of body armor and loot drops is non-existent. They don't exist in this game. They only exist in the off-brand, the DLC reskin of a mod from Minecraft. There we go, I've said it. So, but this is mainly about this beautiful boy, who has been out for a long time. So I am still a holder of this beautiful title, and it's been years since I've played. I guarantee you, if I plug this back into my console, put it in, I'd still be able to get that special feeling. But anyway, so why the hype for this? Well, Modern Warfare 2 is the only game, as far as I can recollect from my own memory, of them actually stepping up, them actually innovating, being the leaders of innovation in FPS shooters. So this had a lot of good things, and it also had a few bad, but it was pretty good. So this was a game which, for me, it set the tone. This is king amongst every COD. I mean, amongst every single one. Even to this Modern Warfare, which I would say, if I had to place this in the hierarchy, that's up there, it's out of the screen. Modern Warfare comes underneath. Modern Warfare, not this one. Modern Warfare 2 is up there. The original Modern Warfare comes here. Modern Warfare 3 in third. 2019's Modern Warfare, I'd say it would share where World at War is. So, World at War and this Modern Warfare is in fourth. Only because of how much this holds a special place right here. So, why are they doing this? Why are they choosing to give this out? What is it that they're capitalising on? Well, if we follow the campaign for Modern Warfare 2019, we are left on a very huge cliffhanger here. So Farah has got a brother, and this is actually going to be a bit of a spoilerific, so if you don't want to hear about the spoilers, click away from this video now and come back at another point in time. So, as we follow the story, we go along the ride of Alex, the guy that is known as Gaz, who's Sergeant Garrick, and Captain Price. And we also go along with Farah, who is someone from I think Uzbek, or no, it's the made up. It's the made up country that they're in from. Well, she's from a Middle Eastern country with her brother, Harim or whatever. Hadir. And this is all about the before of the first Modern Warfare. So this kind of sets the tone of what things were like. So things were pretty bad. Imran Zakhaev is still alive. His son is still alive. Makarov is still alive at this point in time. And the fourth mans, they were known as the Four Horsemen. So these four bad dudes were around and they're alive today. And they are causing trouble in modern conflict. They're causing a lot of grief and turmoil behind the scenes. Barkov is the main villain, but he's defeated by the end. But getting to the end, Price gives us a bit of a huge Easter egg of him recruiting the men that will help make the basic foundation of the task force 141. And Modern Warfare 2, in this variant, is when 141 has already been established and their target and mission is Makarov, because he's the one who's been pulling all the strings after Modern Warfare 1. So, with this Modern Warfare 2, at least, as it continues on from the original Modern Warfare, it sets up for a World War III event, so these things will take place. So the No Russian mission is something which we all know about, and that's what helps make this game very popular, is because it actually challenged what we considered to be, well, safe. What can we do, what can't we do? And got to remember, during this time, back in the early 2000s, there was a few terroristic acts, and this game became infamous because it said you get to play as a terrorist. Well, there are other games that do much more heinous things, but this is a more modern take. So anyway, with this Modern Warfare, coming out with Modern Warfare 2, the multiplayer in this was fairly decent. It gave you kill streaks, it allowed you to do more customization to a degree, and it made you feel more of a badass, which is what this one was about. Strictly making you like a god almost amongst the AI when you're playing campaign, and when you're with your mates, it's all about that competition to see who can get the nuke. So, why is this being re-released, but without the multiplayer aspect, just strictly for the campaign? And I'll tell you the horrible answer. Because, ladies and gentlemen, COD chose to go for the silly option that is Warzone. Now, I could be wrong, I could be wholeheartedly wrong, and they can just drop the Easter egg to say, haha, joke's on you, there is multiplayer. But you see, why would they do that? Because they've already, because if you think about it, all the maps they would have to remake, resell, and make as DLC again, which I don't know if we all last checked, but we don't need to do that. At least I don't think we do, because then it will spoil their Modern Warfare 2, because then they have to live up to the hype. But they're having to live up to the hype anyway, because they're releasing the game. So, this gives us a predicament. They gave us Warzone as an appeasement, as far as I am concerned. I did not ask for this. Personally, I was under the influence that there would be no Battle Royale at all. Not 1 cent of it, not even a trace. And yet, here we are, we have it. We've got it actually in front of us. Well, not right now. We've got it in front of our eyes right now, and they're trying to sell you on the idea of, well, you need to be able to do this, you need to be able to do that, you must do, must, no. If they had planned for Modern Warfare 2, because I've got a feeling they would have, I want to be that guy in the meeting, in the boardroom, that said, right, we've got Call of Duty Modern Warfare coming out, that's great, it's all sorted out. We didn't say that we was going to release a Battle Royale, but we're considering it because of the short-term profit against the long-term loss. Generally, if it was me, I would go for the opposite. If Call of Duty wants to make a Battle Royale title, they need to make it on its own. How, do you ask? Well, take a look at what Fortnite has done. It is a very good example of how they generate that beautiful cash flow coming in. So while mummy and daddy's money gets spent by 12-year-olds, they're raking it all in. And it's a free-to-play game. So you ask yourself, but why can't Call of Duty just do that with their main title? It doesn't work, unfortunately. If it did work, Black Ops 4's Blackout would have... I don't know if it's still being played, since I don't play that trash. I hate it, as I've said many a time. I do not like these titles. They've mixed it in with the core game, sacrificing one thing for another. If anything, they need to do it in this way. So, here's how it would work in my case, being in that meeting room. Call of Duty Modern Warfare, reboot of 2019. Okay, that's the game. What comes with the game? Well, you get the campaign, you get multiplayer, and you'll also get DLCs as well as, you know, the lifetime of that game. Great. We're not going to tell you about anything that's going to come out soon, because otherwise it'll spoil everything. Going into 2020. Oh yeah, you know that thing that we told you about? Well, here it is. Modern Warfare 2 Remastered. Oh my god, so amazing. What do I get with it? Well, with getting this, you get a skin for Ghost, who is an operator. in Modern Warfare. Nice callback. What else? Well, when you get this, you're not just going to get the main campaign, you're also going to get a few little side extras as well, just to keep you happy. And also a couple of the original maps from Modern Warfare 2, along with some fan favourite DLC maps as well. And not to mention, those DLC maps will also be on Modern Warfare 2019, so you can enjoy them in both fields. Okay, but what about levelling? What about guns? Well, this is where it also comes in. As you progress through this, it's also tracked and recorded. So you can actually port over maybe a gun in particular from Modern Warfare into Modern Warfare. That's kind of like a little nudge to say, guess what, you get to have this for getting up to that rank or level. And prestiging in Modern Warfare 2 will come back, which would be lovely, so you get to go through all that grind again, makes it more fun, and not to mention, you might be able to get a unique weapon out of it if you do it. Every single time you prestige, a certain gun in Modern Warfare will get a particular variant, so it makes you go in between the two. Do you not see how that works? Well, not me to turn around and say to you as people watching the video, but to people that probably are in COD, something that you've missed completely. But no, there was a little faggot who had to come up to Call of Duty and they presented their variant of Modern Warfare, which is what we currently have today. And it's a very downside. So they've looked at what the first guy gave, which was with this, with the multiplayer, along with good aspects to jump between the two. They've said, how about we do this? We give them the Modern Warfare 2019 with the multiplayer. Okay, that sounds good. We're also going to give them variants of different guns as well, similar to the first guy. Okay, I'm not hearing about this yet. Well, you see, we've had a thought about it. We said that we are going to give them a war. We're going to give them a war zone. What's that? Well, the made-up country that we've come up with, as you've said, we want to make that a multiplayer map, a huge map that people can have a warfare in. So basically a very big ground war. Exactly. So we can do that. Okay, that sounds cool. But we're not going to be, that gameplay isn't going to be strictly about, you know, that kind of stuff. There is going to be a ground war, but it's not going to be a size of a country. Okay, so what is Warzone? Well, we've got two ideas. We've got one of them which is called Plunder, where you have to go around the entire map and you have to steal cash, and you have to make deposits. Okay. What else? Well, there are variants of different guns that you can find across the map to help you do that. Okay, is there customization classes still? Yes. Okay. You're not selling it for me. Battle Royale. What? Battle Royale. We'll put Battle Royale in there. You're just trying to sell the pitch, aren't you? Yeah. We'll put Battle Royale. And what we'll do is we'll give them Modern Warfare 2 as well. Please. So, main core game, Warzone, with 2 modes which shouldn't be in the game, but you want them in, and you're going to give them this, What's the catch? Well, we want them to play more Warzone in the Modern Warfare, so we're going to cut out the multiplayer from Modern Warfare 2 Remastered. I want to be able to punch the man that said yes, and also the man that came up with that idea. Not to mention to make them face a firing squad. Although I say that, I don't want someone to actually do it, but preferably if you could, do. Maybe, I don't know, just... It hurts the mind into seeing what we could have gotten instead of what we have now. And in saying that, I reckon a majority of the fan base that has been through Modern Warfare 2, the old people like me that went through the beautiful time, is more or less a big middle finger up to us to just say, listen, you're going to get the campaign, shut up and play Warzone. That's not how Call of Duty should need to be. If you want the hype for a bloody sequel, you give us something in the look-in. Look at what they did with the remastered Modern Warfare from COD 4 Modern Warfare. That was a very good... well, it was a bad incentive to put it in with the Infinite Warfare because it wasn't the same. However, the campaign was there along with the multiplayer, along with the maps. So people replayed that aspect. They didn't care for Infinite. I would imagine for their servers, they probably saw barely a bare minimum of people playing the game. And they just stopped putting stuff into it. They gave out the DLCs, I imagine, but it was just like, we need people to play the game more. And so far, not many. So that was their gravy boat, gone. But they had a good idea. They saw, someone in COD saw that Modern Warfare was being played again. Why? Asking the fans, and fans would be saying the same thing. We are fed up of space, magical jumping stuff, augmented reality bullshit. We want something that's boots on the ground, modern conflict, modern warfare. And when our prayers was answered, you can tell how much joy there would have been, or has been. And now, which many people would be saying, but people still complain about Call of Duty. People don't like Call of Duty. No one likes this boots on the ground crap. Well, sorry little Timmy that was born in the wrong generation at the wrong fucking time, but you are not what, well, you are going to be potentially the future, but you will respect the fact that this is king over that crap. If it was popular enough and people liked it and it was done with respect, then yes, we would be going through the cycle of another futuristic bullcrap, heavily microtransactioned. But we're not. We're going through a time where we need to go back to basics again. We need to go back to what made Call of Duty great. So make COD great again, if you can say that. But this game here, it is better in every aspect. It is better than any Battle Royale. It is more fun, and I tell you this now, I could not ask for anything else. I will sell my soul to go through the joy again of the multiplayer for this. I don't have to, I just need to go online on PS3 and have fun doing that there. But there's a problem with that. It's probably most likely filled with hackers, and there's probably not even a server up for this beautiful game anymore, since its time has come and gone. It's over 10 years now. And this is still, I mean, there are a few things about this game which it's lovely. It's everything that makes COD what it is. And it's a shame that this beautiful thing was just laid to one side, cast out, as it were. So that, oh, no one wants this, no one needs this title, nobody wanted this. People wanted the Battle Royale. Did they? Did they want a Battle Royale reskin of Minecraft? Because that's what you're going for. You're going for a reskin of a reskin of a reskin which had a DLC, then a reskin, and then you get yourself to Minecraft, which was a mod. Whereas with this, generally what it would be is you're just plastering, you've got the same title, Call of Duty, and then the subtitle is changed. Call of Duty Modern Warfare. Call of Duty Modern Warfare World at War. Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2. Call of Duty Black Ops. Call of Duty Modern Warfare 3. Call of Duty Black Ops 2, and so on, and you get the point. So it gets to that level of this. The title stays the same, but the game changes slightly. And now we're at this crossroad. So, my little predictions as of when we are going into the few final hours until Modern Warfare 2 is technically officially released, because there are some lucky bastards out there that have gotten Modern Warfare 2 early, and those are those influencers. Bad, shame on you. If you want to help influence something, wait until the game comes out like the rest of us do. But anyway, I'm getting ahead of myself with that. So I'm predicting this, and I could be very wrong. If Call of Duty notices a trend that they are gathering away from Warzone, and they're migrating to Modern Warfare 2, that should tell anybody that has marketing sense that the market for Warzone is dying, and it will be buried like every other Battle Royale that has come before it, and it will be in a shallow grave with no gravestone. I tell you that now. If I could physically bury this, I would. I would happily cap it by shooting both of the kneecaps off for a start, putting 2 slugs in the head, making sure it's dead, dismembering the body, and then burying it in a shallow grave somewhere where no one would be able to find it. That is what should happen with Warzone and every other Battle Royale title to date. That will include the Minecraft mod as well, since it's the bastard child that produced all this shit. But anyway, if they can see this from a financial standpoint, where they can capitalise on this game, this one, this right here, if they can capitalise on this again, then the penny will drop. They'll say, oh, where did we go wrong? We don't need to do loot boxes anymore. We don't need to do the stupid things that we did. People want to enjoy a game without the restriction. That was this. And then I'm going to hear this from someone in my comment section if they exist. Charles, they did have a paywall. They did. It was called the seasonal DLC. You had to pay a very small fee to get it. That's if you wanted it. You didn't have to. There wasn't any need of competition because at the time, this game was 100% complete. The DLC was an added bonus. It's not like now where, you know, they can make a choice.